And we are back on. So, hello world, welcome back to another Django tutorial where we'll go ahead and keep building our Python test ish code editor. So, so the first thing first is I would like you to take a look of the if you haven't watched the tutorial, the last tutorial, don't worry about it because I just basically I will explain it here. So what's happening here is I import some module subprocess. This is like a built-in module, and then I create index function, and then what basically here is happening is popen function. It's going to take an array, and then it's going to be put a command that will run in a bash. So basically execute the bash command. Bash is just your terminal. Bash is just basically your terminal. So yeah, Bash is basically your terminal language. That's your type. For example, Python 3, some file.py. If you wonder how suppose that works, well, that's how it works. So this is a Bash language, and then you can see also taking some custom parameter here. So stand out is subprocess.pipe, standard subprocess.stand out. Don't worry about these two too much. And then I got a tuple stand out standard, which is by using this the communicate method, and then this be able to get the output. So you can see now we actually get the error. So this will run test.py, which if you take a look in test, you can see I first import unit test and then from solution, which is from this file, import star, and then you can see I test something here. Okay, so, and then we can display this message. So, what I will do now is show you the terminal, show you the command that I got. So let me just merge these two. And now what you should see is a command, should be a code and then we're going to do a brief compare from with AlgoExpert, which I know it's absolutely nothing like AlgoExpert's code editor. It's much worse than that. It's much worse than any possible code editor that you can possibly find. But I tried my best. We don't have syntax highlighting. We don't even have a line number. This is probably something that you can add on to it. But you can see this basically has the two layout, the double layout. Left is the question, right is a place that you can put code because it doesn't have syntax highlighting. But I do enable tab. If you want to take a look how that works, you can take a look at jQuery/JavaScript on JavaScript panel. And then I will link this code and the GitHub to the description below. Okay, so you can so now what we want to do is run something like this, and then we're able to display it. So basically what's going to happen now is we will go ahead and now actually put this into our Django file. So user able to submit. So last thing is I will change the color briefly. Color stream. And then in here, all the CSS is actually inline CSS. So you know what? We'll keep it black. We'll keep white for now. Keep it white for now, and then now what we'll do is let's go ahead and so I used the bootstrap. So yeah, so that's just a brief explanation what I did, 5 minutes. let's go start to copy some code into our main Django file. Let me hide this now. This is our Django file. And then what we'll do is now actually create a new app. So we'll say Python 3 manage.py start app. We'll call this code. We'll call this code, yes. Code conflict with the exist. Okay, well, let me take a look at that. Alright. So let's go and call this code editor. How about that? So Python 3 start app manage.py start app code editor. Press enter here. Okay, looks like it's done. And now indeed we got a new app with code editor. So next I'm just going to update all these settings, stuff like that. Install app, also install code editor as well. URLs. So URLs will say in AlgoExpert clone. We'll say pass. Problems include code editor .urls. Then here we'll create urls.py from Django.urls import pass from .import views URL patterns. And now what we'll say is we'll just say slash. So by default it's like this, and then we'll go ahead associate. We'll see index route, and the name is just index here. And then what we can do now, we'll use .py, and then we'll define index. And then what we'll say now is we're just going to say return render request. Yeah, we need a template as well, so we say code editor slash index.html. And then here let's go create templates. Code editor. And here let's go create index.html. And let me go ahead and get the standard layout up. So it's a code editor here. I don't even think we're gonna extend stuff, so paste it here. Oops. Let me go get the code from CodePen, paste it here. I do think I used Bootstrap, CDN. Let me take a look. Yep, I used Bootstrap. Link it in here. I also used, I think, jQuery as well, because for the JavaScript tab. So here we'll say script source and done. Alright, looks good. Okay, so now what we'll do is just go ahead and add a script. So go ahead and include the tab. So you could actually use tab if you prefer. And then we'll go here with a script, paste the code here. I will not explain much what's happening in this code, but if you want to, you can take a look. I will make some comments eventually, so we'll prefer that thing as well. Alright, so now get everything set up. Let's go ahead and run the server. Python 3 manage.py run server. Okay. So it's running. Let me go ahead and get started in here. What did I name it? I named it code, right? Slash problems. Alright, so indeed, now what we see is something like this. Something like this is what we see in our server. So now we could actually type, so for I in range 10, and then could say print I. I'm not sure what this print out, but yeah, that's basically what should happen. Move it a little bit. Okay, so and now what we'll go ahead and do is go ahead and say create a form in some sense. So in this text area, we'll go ahead and create a form. Go ahead and create a form, and then it's going to be interesting. So actually, what we'll go ahead and implement is we need to see how can we pass the data. So let's say in here, what we will say is let me go ahead and think how can we prevent a form from submit. So we'll say form let's say button type button equals button check code, and then can you see, whoops, you can't. Okay, sorry about that. So basically what's happening now is I'm thinking about how should I interact the data with this. So there's two, so basically we'll save this as a file. We're probably going to pass the contents manually from using like Ajax or similar technology like that, and then able to get the response back. So what we will say now is we will say, let me do a quick Google search on, actually no, I don't have to. Let me just go and take a look of my Discord clone, see how I did that, prevent the form from submitting. I think it's in app.py. Okay, I think it's in JavaScript. Yeah, it's a JavaScript file. Message.js. Okay, this thing. So, go ahead and paste it here. Oops. Copy it successfully. And paste it here. And then what we'll say now is we'll go change the ID. So this going to, I think this have an ID like code. No wait, that's not the form though. Yeah. So in here. Okay, this thing's not load correctly, but doesn't look correctly, but you can learn that for now. And then let's go create the ID for this form and just say code. Actually no, say code form. Or we can say code editor, but yeah, let's name it code editor instead. Code editor. And then here, just say submit. Let's just go ahead and not do anything for now. And then now what we can do is just go ahead, print out in the console, console.log. Oh, document.get elements by ID, code.value, I believe. And then now if we head back to here, so I will actually talk about these callback function when we finish this this clone, which we're halfway there. And then we'll go back to JavaScript and talk about some advanced featuring in ES6 and in general in JavaScript that we didn't cover. Alright, no errors, looks good. Let's go ahead, say something here, hi. Okay, so I think I need to, yeah, I didn't change this to a button, so that's probably why. I changed this type to a button. It should be submit, I guess. Should be submit. And then let me change it back here. Refresh. And type something again. Check code. Alright, so now indeed we see hi, prints out. So I wonder how this thing work. You have something like for I range 10, print out I. Let's take a look how this thing process. Okay, well, I don't know. Will that work? But for now, well, I will not worry about it. So now basically what will happen is we'll have another internal API that we can use. So in here, which we could see which we could say something like, let's go out associate another pass. This will say compile, and then use the index name. Wait, no. Yeah, wait. Views dot. Actually, let's go create a function first. So, whoops, I forgot to show that again. Sorry about that. So URLs, here's what we're going to do. I mean, in views. So we'll basically go create, let's say, compile. And then this will take a request as its parameter. And then in here, which will happen is, which will say something like, which first is we will use a post request. So which we could say now is something like code. We can say request the post, say code here, and then we'll also need a problem, request the post problem here. So basically they will submit a code to compile with the parameter problem and code. And then what we could do is they will submit code as a parameter, and then now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and compile the code. So we'll go ahead first is let's just return code. Let's return code. Compile code. Run code, we'll call this run code. I think compile is probably good in function or something. So we'll say views dot run code, name is run code. Looks good. Now let's go ahead and start sending a post request. Compile. Okay, put it wrong and slash there. Alright, so now if we go ahead and refresh, actually, you know what? We'll do the get for now. We'll use get so we can actually just access using like browser stuff. So let's say get. Okay. I think this thing is get refreshed. Let's see here. So I would say for I in range of 10, print out I. Let's go ahead and say check code here, and then I will copy whatever contents here, and then in problem, so we'll say /problem/ what's the link, compile. The URL is still compile, but we'll just say correct parameter code is this, and then and problem equals to 1. Alright, attribute error, stir object. Okay, yeah, I forgot to return the HTTP response again. So return HTTP, let's see. So from Django .http, import HTTP response. And then here, I'm just gonna wrap this up here. See, looks good. Let's try to refresh again. Okay, I'm not sure how would that work. Because I use a tab, not just a. I use a tab, not just a space. So it'd be interesting to see how this thing actually be able to figure out that. Okay. It'd be interesting to figure out how would that work. Actually, you know what? For now, we'll actually just submit the code. So in index.html, we will go ahead comment this line out. And then, oh god. And then what we will do here is we'll say run code form. Then this a little bit. Submit button. Code. Then you'll have a name of code, and then action. So for action, we'll just set to compile, and then let's see, and data / as well. Okay, and then we'll say input type hidden, value is 1, name is question. Looks good. Let's see. Now if we go back, and then we do the something thing again for I in drop 10, print out I. Code compile is really the hardest thing to do. Check code. Page not found. What's a / problems? Actually, we need to take a look how it processed it. Okay, looks like it's not tab. But we will have to take a look in here to decide to see whether it's real. Not tab or not. So I just changed it, the action to / problem, / compile, and /, which I hope this time should work. Print out I. Run codes here, check codes, either way. Let's see, multi-dig error, problem. Okay, so it's, you know what? So now I will change this name to problem because I really forgot the whatever the name is. Oh shoot, oh god. I don't know why that happened. 127, 8,000, and then I shouldn't fix out as well. So lots of things I need to do. Say slash compile code. Okay, yeah, it's just slash problem to get the IDE. So it's not IDE. It doesn't even have syntax, I think. Print li c check code. I don't think it's going to work. Because it's not a, it's still a colon. I don't know why it's a colon. Let me print out code as well in here. So I can take a look. What's that? In there. So basically, I just add. You can see print code statements here to see what will happen when I access. So I'm just refreshing the page, which should give me the same response. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, that's too much. Okay, I don't know. So here's what happened. And then it does have spacing. Not correct spacing though. Which I don't know why that happened. And then now what we need to do is God, it's gonna be hard. So now let's go ahead and start to write a file. So let's go ahead and create the solutions file. I'll have whatever user is written there. So if I can take a look at my replit. So I think I rearranged it in some sort. Okay. So let's go ahead and import these two. Run this, import those. Okay, you guys see my code? Yep. So I'm just importing the sub process. If you want to see how detailed in this work, feel free to check out the last time's tutorial. And then I will say this. Python 3 test.py. Not gonna print out code anymore. Yeah, whenever I copy and paste some code from Replit, whether it's from Replit to Replit, always has some like indentation error. I don't know why that happens. Now I'm just going to fix it. Okay, looks like it fixed. Alright, so now so this equal sign is just like automatically written by the unit test. So I want to get rid of it. And then now what I will say is actually let's create a test.py that has the same contents. So test.py. Just create a file for now in here. Paste everything here. From solution right now you can see because we don't have solution file yet, and then that will do. So in views.py here we'll go and create a file. We'll say file. So we'll say solution equals file dot open. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. So let me take a look how they write a file. Okay. So it's open. Excuse me on that. It's just open. So open solution dot py. Oh, well, that's actually really terrible. because I think it's gonna create a file here. How about // go back to the previous directory or something, and then mo we'll just say is right, and then what we'll go ahead and say is actually start write file. So we'll go ahead and start write file now. I think it's like solution.write. Yeah. Write code. Not sure would this work, but we will go ahead and take a look. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the. So I think that's about it. Let me go ahead and revisit this route. Surprisingly, no errors given out. I didn't see anything print out though. I don't even see how solution stuff are. Okay, so I think there's an issue. Alright, I'm just going to restart the server and take a look. Can I do that? Because it didn't create the file. I can tell you it didn't create the file. And then I will just try that again. It should take a while to load. Okay, well. Didn't print out anything useful. Let's see. How about this? Instead of return HTTP response code, I will just return stand out. Just return stand out. So now I make some modification. So I will just return stand out to see can this return anything. So I'll refresh again. Okay, trace back. Alright. So it does have output module not found. Module name the solutions. That means the solution file didn't get created. Let's see. So basically what should happen now. So it doesn't create a new file. Okay, I didn't know this is gonna be hard. Let's see. Make some other modifications. I will try to attempt to create solution.py within this directory. Okay. Well, that's something. Oh, okay, well, I mean, oh, see, all right, nice. So, yeah, so now you could see is I'll just move this down. Got the solution file created. Had that runner here. So that's great. So hello function is not defined. Let me take a look. Yep, sure it's not defined. And let me think other stuff I want to think about. So right now it doesn't support like custom output, so we're just going to print out the test stuff. So it doesn't support like when you say print out I, it's not going to print that out because it's not going to be able to do that. Unless you read, I think unless you written in a function, which it probably actually can able to print out. But so let me take a look how long I've been recording. 35 minutes. Okay, so that would be it for this tutorial. So what we have, let me just do a quick brief overview, recap, high level overview. What we did is we created the functionality where user is able to type down codes, click check code, and this page will shows up, which tells other tests that he passed. Doesn't the user pass? Does not pass? We will later make it more stylish. So we will go ahead and put this into our test, like the most bottom part of our code editor, and then after this code editor, we will go ahead and actually implement the nth Fibonacci. The nth Fibonacci, one of the most easiest thing, but also hard. And then we'll write some tests for it, and then we'll take a look how would our program behave. Alright, so thanks for watching. That's it for this tutorial. If you like, please leave a like and subscribe. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. And as always, stay safe, stay happy, and thanks for watching.